Good morning. My name is Jan Shea, and on behalf of First Unitarian Church of Wilmington, Delaware, I welcome you to our online worship service. I'm so pleased to be serving as your worship associate on this Music Sunday. First Unitarian Church is a welcoming congregation. No matter the color of your skin or the origin of your ethnicity, no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, and no matter whom you love, you are welcome here. And now let us prepare our hearts and minds for worship.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For love, yes, love is in this very room.
And in this very room, there's quite enough love for us.
And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom.
For love,
Yes, love is in this very room. And in this very room, there's quite enough love.
and in this very room, there's quite enough joy for you.
And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom.
For love,
Yes, love is in this very room.
This hour of worship calls to us. This hour when everything is music. No matter if you are sometimes heard singing just a bit too loud, or if you hold still as a statue, or if you tend to sway to the music moving your soul, or close your eyes and quietly let your mind float free, this hour of worship calls to all of us, to you and to me. Wherever you are, sing, breathe, sway, close your eyes. come in here. This hour of worship calls to us. Here, where everything is music. Here, where the Spirit moves.
At home, I invite you to join me by lighting it now. As I light our chalice, I give you these words from Reverend Gregory Pelley. And so we gather from the ebb and flow of our lives, thirsty for connection to ourselves, thirsty for connection to others, thirsty for connection to the larger life. As we light this chalice, may all who gather here be filled with joy and hope, filled with compassion and love. Here, may we be filled so that we may pour ourselves out into the world. Please join me in affirming our mission. First Unitarian Church of Wilmington is a beloved community that nourishes minds and spirits, fights injustice, and transforms the world through loving action.
Hi, everyone. It is nice to be here with you. Today, our worship service will be filled with music, sung by different voices and played on different instruments. Music is sounds having rhythm, melody, and harmony. It is an agreeable sound. Do you ever hear music that isn't being played on an instrument or sung by a human voice? I do. I've noticed that the world is full of music. I hear it everywhere. There is music in the rain falling softly and hesitantly at first. Then the rhythm gets faster and louder, and suddenly, boom, comes the roar of the thunder. There is the gushing of it coming down the gutter, the tapping of it hitting the window, and the splatting of it falling into a puddle. And little by little, the rain becomes lighter, the rhythm slower, eventually drawing to a close. I hear the music in the clickety-clack of the keyboard, the varied rhythm of fingers hitting keys. Even the words clickety-clack are musical. when the clickety-clack of the keyboard is combined with the swish of the copier and the soft voices of others speaking on the phone and to each other. It's like a symphony. When I step outside my door, I hear a choir. There's the chirping of birds. Then other birds join in twittering. I hear the cuckoo of the doves and the woodpecker with its rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat-tat. If I walk down the path to the pond, I might hear the screech of the fox, the chatter of the squirrels, and the swoosh of the groundhog running for its hole. Then the horses join in with their nickering and neighing and the clip-clopping of their hooves. There is music in the crunch of the leaves and the snap of a twig under my feet. The burbling of the creek is soothing and calm and blends joyfully with the sound of the wind rustling through the leaves in the trees. All of this combined together is musical. As I come to the pond, I hear the music of the toads and the peepers croaking their songs and the splash of the turtles slipping off their logs. The honking of the geese and quacking of the ducks is a cacophony of music. Have you ever closed your eyes when you are a passenger in a car and listened to the swish of the cars? The sound combines with the grinding of gears as a truck passes by and merges with the rumble of a motorcycle. In the distance, there is the wailing of a siren. Can you hear music in the sound of traffic? At the beach, the lapping of the ocean waves, the joyful squealing of a child, and a lifeguard blowing their whistle and flapping their flags as they send messages up and down the beach is music to my ears. I wonder, what sounds are music to your ears? Where do you hear music in your world?
Now let us settle into a prayerful place, into a place of quiet, into a silence deep enough to make out the faint sound of the music of our souls, the faint sound of the still, small voice of the Spirit. Let us give thanks this Sunday morning for music that heals us, for music that brings us joy, for music that brings our spirits into harmony with the divine. Let us settle in to a prayerful place, and let us give thanks as we now share a time of silence. As we are here this morning, we have in mind and heart those about whom we have concern, those for whom we care, some that we miss having not seen them for too many days. Each and every one accompanies us. I invite you to write the names of those who are with you this morning. Write them in the chat, hold them in the silence of your heart. And let this community gather them and hold them with you. For all those whose names are shared, all those whose names are held, may the days ahead bring love, bring care, bring relief, bring peace, bring safety. As we hold those beloveds, we wish that they shall know our love for them. So may it be.
Singer of life, all flowers are songs, with petals do you rise. Singer of life, cover the earth, dazzling the hour with birds red bright. Joy is wrought, the flowers are spread, singing our delight. Mortals are we with all living things, with eagles in the sky. Neither of gold and jingling at last, singing low on no cannot die. Here in this house of spring mighty soul, songs that birth and fly.
Our reading is a poem by Rumi entitled Where Everything is Music. Don't worry about saving these songs. And if one of our instruments breaks, it doesn't matter. We have now fallen into the place where everything is music. The strumming and the flute notes rise into the atmosphere. And even if the whole world's harp should burn up, there will still be hidden instruments playing. So the candle flickers and goes out. We have a piece of flint, a spark. These singing words are sea foam, and our graceful movements come from a pearl somewhere on the ocean floor. Poetry reaches out like spindrift to caress the edges of beached driftwood, wanting. This song we follow derives from a slow and powerful root that we cannot see. Stop all words now. Open the window of your heart and let spirit fly in and out.
Don't worry, we'll sing these songs, and if one of our instruments plays, it doesn't matter.
Good morning. I'm Kathy Harris, music director at First Unitarian Church. I'm so glad you could join us for this service where everything is music. When planning the music for this service, I asked Martin and Linda to choose a piece of music that illustrates one of the ways in which music has influenced their lives. I'd like to take a moment to share some of our thoughts about the next three pieces you will hear. Martin's choice, An die Musik, is a much-beloved song by Franz Schubert, a setting of a poem by Franz von Schober, a 19th century Austrian poet. Schubert wrote over 600 songs in his short life. He passed away at the age of 31. And this song is probably one of the top 5 songs in popularity, specifically from the singer's perspective. Because while this song speaks of the power of music to allow us to rise above life's struggles and see a better world with clarity and through love, it is written as a thank you to the art form, which makes it a very personal statement for the performer. Martin will be singing in the original German, but the English translation will be visible on the screen for those of you who don't understand the German text. Linda chose a remarkably soulful work by Argentine composer Astor Piazzolla entitled Milonga del Ángel. She shared this story with me. Years ago, Scott Ward played Milonga del Ángel at church. She had never heard it before, but it moved her so deeply that she tore out the title and composer from the order of service and kept it in the top drawer of her dresser. All through COVID, when Linda has played music in our services, she avoided playing anything in a minor key to keep the feeling more upbeat. But when asked to choose a piece for this service, the Piazzolla came to mind, and it seemed the appropriate time for this piece. Linda asked me to share with you that she feels honored to share the beauty of this piece with you, along with its melancholy. Her choice of this song illustrates the power of music to connect us with each other, even through the memory of those who have passed. The third piece, Hard Times Come Again No More, which the three of us will perform together, is written by celebrated American composer Stephen Foster. This song spoke to me as a straightforward expression of what many of us are feeling at this point in the pandemic. That is, the desire for an end to a long period of suffering and hope for better days in the very near future. It also speaks to the ways that music gets us through these hard times. For instance, I know that for the choir, coming together on Thursday nights via Zoom to prepare virtual choir videos, several of which you have watched this morning, has been a very positive, unifying experience for all of us during this time of separation. I hope you enjoy our music.
Hast du mein Herz zu warmer Lebenszünden, hast mich in eine bessere Welt entrückt, in eine bessere Welt entrückt. Oft hat ein Seufzer deiner Haare entflossen, ein süßer, heiliger Akkord von let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sob sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty, and music light and gay, there are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a sigh that is wafted across the troubled wave. 'Tis a wail that is heard upon the shores. 'Tis a dirge that is murmured around the lonely grave. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more.
Hard Times. Pittsburgh in 1854. Stephen Foster's hometown. A cholera outbreak kills 400 people in just 2 weeks. Unemployment is at unprecedented levels. That year, in his hometown, Foster wrote, "Hard times come again no more." Lancashire, England, the 1860s, the Industrial Revolution, the Cotton Famine, thousands unemployed. Foster's song crosses the ocean and still never leaves these shores. This song has been sung across this country, across the ocean, for a century and decades more. 60 years ago. I learned it from my mother's mother. She was the wife of a tobacco sharecropper in Amherst County, Virginia. She knew hard times. Here now, in 2021, these United States, this planet, this pandemic, hard times. In these hard times, music holds us. Even in most needed in hard times, music holds us. And for all that it speaks to these times, it also reminds of struggles in Pittsburgh, in Lancashire, in Amherst County. It reminds of struggles of those gone before. And when the song comes back, it is not to haunt us, but to share in the struggle and to remind us that we have been here before, to remind us that we would not be singing now if we had not made it through. Rumi knew this truth. We have a piece of flint, a spark. And this song, the song we follow, derives from a slow and powerful root. Milonga del Ángel. Candombe is found in milonga. Milonga is found in tango. The lineage of dance and music is more complex than these very few words. I mean them only to be a hint about how music gathers us up, each of us, our ancestors. It gathers up our many gifts of sound, of movement, of ritual, of language. Milonga is a confluence of cultures and peoples, lives and bodies in motion. Africans of many countries, gauchos, sailors, compadritos, immigrants, blended and fused. Before milonga became tango, before Piazzolla was playing his bandoneon, there was a word. From the African Kikonga language, the word dangulu, to walk, showing off. How many peoples, places, cultures are showing off in milonga? Milonga's cultural differences come together as an amiable argument, solved by generosity, shared values, and a celebratory spirit. We have a piece of flint, a spark. This song we follow derives from a slow and powerful root. Blessed art, lovely art. With the words of a poem by his friend Franz von Schober, Schubert composed a hymn to music. You brought me to a better world. You show me the existence of a better time. Lovely art, blessed art, we thank you.
Music Sunday has always been a special and exciting event for me, and no less so when it's an online service. The wonderful music we're hearing today is a result of many dedicated singers and musicians generously sharing their time and talents, and the hard work of our music director, Kathy Harris, and our amazing AV team, bringing it all beautifully together. Being a part of that process is one very meaningful way I can continue to participate and stay connected to First U. Another way is through stewardship, which remains a vital way for all of us to support the work of the church. Every contribution makes a difference. Please give as generously as you can. There are 3 ways you can give to First U. You can send a check to the church. You can use our website, firstuuwilm.org, or you can use the Give Plus app on your smartphone. Thank you for your support. Please join me in dedicating our offering. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings.
may some of the harshness and discord of our human lives be transmuted into music. A new song in our hearts may there be, and a new harmony in our beings, so that we shall go from this place with fresh courage and with rejoicing.
As I extinguish our chalice, I give you these words by Becky Laurent. As flame is to spirit, so spirit is to breath, and breath to song. Though we extinguish the flame in this sanctuary, may we tend it in our hearts until we meet again.